Okay, guys, another knife. Grabbed something out of the glove box in the truck today, and forgot I had this in there. I've had it for a couple years. It's the Gerber Icon. I got this at Dick's Sporting Goods, like I said, maybe 2 years ago, something like that. Just I needed something quick at that day. I think I forgot a knife at home. I don't know what the hell happened. Yes, I forgot a knife. It happens. Got it because it was big and it's pretty sturdy. Kind of has the same inserts that you see, that dull black here. That's that rubber insert, kind of the same as my Kershaw Blurry has. Like I said, it's a big knife. Pull Gerber here. They're saying this is closed length 5.3 inches, so just shy of 5.5 inches. The blade length is 4.25 inches. Overall, it's about 9.5 inches long. It's a pretty good sized knife. Let me open it up here and kind of get a perspective there. You see it there, 10 let me get a computer here. Grab a 24-ounce Pepsi bottle. So it's every bit as long as a Pepsi bottle. So if you can imagine a 24-ounce Pepsi bottle, there's a knife. I mean, that's a good sized knife. That's mainly why it's been kept in the truck, just in case. I'm not going to carry that around with me every day. That's a little too large for me, I think. But I got it. Like I said, I like the Tanto, the serrations on it. It was more like a last-minute knife. But it's a good knife. Like I said, it's just big. If they would have had a smaller size of this, it'd be a little better, I think. But it's a liner lock skeleton frame. You can see through it there, and it has aluminum handles. They don't have the composition of the blade on their website, so I'm assuming it's one of their standard ones. I don't know how they would do that. Pocket clip, tip up carry, which I'm a big fan of. Like I said, you reach in your pocket, you can grab that knife and it's ready to go. It's a pretty quick opener. It is one-handed. Open up there. So you have something in one hand holding a rope or something. You got to cut with the other one. Pop it out. Flips out pretty easy. Of course, that's taking a little bit, but they've got Teflon bearings in there, so it does slide pretty easy. Dual thumb studs, so you can open either left or right-handed. Now I don't know why more companies don't go with putting screw holes on either side of the handle. As you can kind of see here where the clip goes, that area doesn't have any track in it, but this side does. I'd put track on both sides of that and put clips on, or holes for clip on both sides. That way you have somebody with left-handed one. I always carry it right-handed because I'm right-handed. Somebody may be left-handed and want to carry it in their left hand. It's all personal preference, but if I'm making a knife, I'm thinking I'm going to make it ambidextrous, other than the ambidextrous thumb studs. Like I said, it's a pretty hefty knife. I mean, it's not something like I'm going to carry every day. It's never going to replace my everyday carry knives. I don't think anything's ever going to replace my Kershaw. That Blur is, I'm going to go to it 24/7. If you give me a pile of knives, I'll grab it probably before I grab anything. If you say that's the one I'm going to be able to take a chance on, I'm going to grab it. But this one, like I said, is good. It's got a good grip to it. It's got serrated top on there. You kind of see it. Kind of ramps up a little bit. Gives you a pretty good hold on the knife. I'm not going to drop that. If you're needing this knife as personal protection, you got a good thrust depth there. Like I said, 4.25 inches. So you jab somebody with this, it's going to do damage. I mean, it's going to take care of the job. And as I always say, I prefer Tanto. I definitely prefer having a serrated edge, just in case. You never know. I mean, like I said, you cut seatbelt a lot easier with the serrated edge than you can with the flat edge. It'll cut, but a serrated edge can be dull and still cut. Your blade if it's dull, you're gonna have a hell of a hard time to cut it. So I always like the serrations on there, and I've always liked most of Gerber serrations. I've had a couple knives where they've gone a little too deep on these, but this 3-point style here is pretty good. It's very good. I mean, it does the job. Like I said, Tanto, easy to sharpen. I mean, I just 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, and it's pretty much sharp. Um, I said all around, it's a pretty good knife. Like I said, I've had it for a couple years just to play with. And it did its job, and I got it needed it for a day, so I got it. But I mean, that's all I can think. Like I said, it's if I was going to design a knife like this, or any knife, I'd make it to where tip up, tip down, left, right, make it ambidextrous. You've already got 2 thumb studs. What's the point of putting a left-hand thumb stud when you got a right-handed clip? I mean, that's stuff I would think about. And like I said, it's pretty easy to open one-handed. It is I think a little too long to do that, because I want to hold it here at the end of the knife where I can kind of rest that on my finger, and when I push that thumb stud out, that gets about out of reach of my hand right there. So I got to change the grip on my knife just to close it. Gives me a higher grip. So I don't like gripping a knife here. I prefer, when I'm closing it or holding it, I prefer grabbing it by the end of the knife like that. So this knife is just a little large, but I mean, if you got big hands, probably a good knife for you. I mean, that's fitting through my hand. The handle goes both sides, just about a ½ inch or a little more than that on either side. So let's see here, right there. So I've got a good 1.5 inch gap here, or 1.5 inch extra blade where I don't really need it. Like I said, I can't complain for what the job was. It did its job. But if you are looking for a large knife, the Icon, I would venture to say would be your best bet. It's tough. I mean, I used it for a good while. It's a good knife. I mean, it's a Gerber. I can't tell. It doesn't say on the blade if it's China or not, unless they've got it hidden in here somewhere, and I haven't taken it apart to find that out. But what they're saying retail on Gerber's website is $39. I think that's about what I paid for at Dick's. And they still carry those too. So if you have a Dick's around, you want to look at one, pop in and check it out. But like I said, there's the Gerber Icon. Pretty good work knife. I'm going to try to do another video tonight. Hopefully you guys keep watching. Comments are greatly appreciated. And we'll talk to you guys later.